let's hear this part again. Yeah, come on. I like that. I like that. Minimal sounds and it works. So if you've ever been in studio with top producers, you know that they do not waste time when it comes to time to put in the work. They really work. And one thing I love about being in studio with a lot of pro producers is the fact that nothing goes to waste. Time is not wasted. Everything you're working on has to be legit and has to be really dope. And that's why you find a lot of top producers don't have a lot of unfinished tracks. Okay, so first up, you have to be really brutally honest with yourself when it comes to your music. Like, if you're gonna be looking at the stuff that you're working on, you gotta be brutally honest with it, bro. So when I listen to this track and I'm being very brutally honest with myself, I can start to see the problems that I have with this track and the reason why I just left it to lie and not finish it. I can actually start to get to term with the problems that this track has, and then I can start to fix them. So that's the first thing you really have to do. You really have to be brutally honest with yourself and be fair towards your assessment of your elements and everything that is in here, so that you're not, skewing to the wrong side, either the overly positive or the overly negative, right? So the next thing that a lot of pro producers do is that they have to figure out exactly what's the main goal of the track, and then you fix where you went wrong there. So for me, when it comes to this track, I remember the idea that I had at first, and at the end of the day, like where the track is right here, I can feel that I lost the plot of the idea that I had originally. So the idea where I lost it here is in the groove of the track, because if you hear the groove right now, it sounds good if you're just hearing it for the first time, but that was not my intention. This groove was not exactly my intention, and I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you exactly the groove I had in mind. So where I went wrong with this track is, like I said, the groove, and the groove where it went wrong is the elements that I started to add on later. Like you can see all these pink, purple elements that I have here, all these nice colorful ones. For me, I think the problem is right here. I am pretty sure the problem is right here. So if I start to eliminate all these sounds as the track is playing, you will start to hear my intention, my original intention start to come out. Let me do that right now. So I'm sure you can tell, if you didn't pick it up by now, that my groove was right here by this clap. And look at where the level of this clap is. It is like literally drowned out, right? So if I bring in the clap, you hear that Afro groove accompanying this low tom right here. So if I bring in this loop, and if I bring in the sound here, now this shaker here, no, this shaker is definitely not in the same groove that I was going for here, so I'm going to delete that sound. Now let's move on to the next. Definitely, that groove has a swing that is not as Afro in the groove that I want for this track, so I'm obviously going to delete that one too. Let's check out this next one. Okay, so these clickers here are fine. I like them. I'm going to leave them as they are. Now let's go on to the hi-hat. No, the swing of this hi-hat, I don't like it. I would like it for maybe something like for deep house and other styles like in Amapiano. That's where I would like this groove here. But these grooves here messed up my true intention for the track. So my groove is being carried right here by the clap. This is where everything is, the identity of the track is. So now when I start to rework the track as it is, I just have to make sure that I follow the groove of this clap here. So let me go into my Afro drum kit right here. You can pick it up in the link down below. So I can go to some of my sounds and then I can start to enhance this groove here. So let me add a sound here and create a pattern right here, and then I'm just gonna loop right here. So you hear the groove that I'm working on here. So I just need to continue to emphasize that groove. I can use this big drum sound here. Something like that. I like that. That sounds really good. Ooh, a nice shaker would be good. So if I add a shaker here. You see, I made that mistake again. I'm not supposed to put anything right there because that's going to throw the groove off again. I like that shaker. Ooh, that's a dope sound. I'm going to throw that in there and find where I can place it within the context of the groove. Just like that. So now that I have these sounds here, I can just extend all of them all the way up until the end here, and I can just take a listen. And that lead is doing a little bit too much. This lead right here. I might probably take that lead out so that there's not much going on right here. So that's just me being brutally honest as well. I actually like that. Let the bass really shine. And another thing that's also not working here, if I'm being again brutally honest, is this vocal sample I had here. I put it there because I wanted to have an idea of what a vocal could sound like, but it's really not working with the track, so I'm probably just definitely going to delete it. I could have muted it, but I'm all the way going to just delete it and make sure that it's out and make sure I save to commit. So let's hear this part again. Yeah, come on. I like that. I like that. Minimal sounds and it works. So what I could do now is I could extend all these 2 times. Like I can go, yeah, I can go like that. And this same sound here that I took out, I can probably bring it back later, like around there. And this sound, I'll see what I'll do with that, but I can just copy everything else like this and also extend these guys as well for another bar. And then this sound here, I do like it, but I just didn't think it worked from this A section to this B section. So it will kind of be okay for another C section, right? And what I could do is I could actually build this sound up instead of it just dropping in like that, and just do that. And I can go to the sound, the alchemy sound here, and I can automate the cut off, right? Like this. So the cutoff can start off like this, and then it can change and rise and open up as the track is going. So it can start opening up from here and then be fully open right here. Instead of me just letting it just drop in like that, it can come up slowly. So right now you don't hear it, but slowly it's picking up. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So it's basically playing the same note as this sound here, which is this atmospheric sound. but the lead emphasizes it more to make it more serious and more like a really standout sound that I have in the track. So that's why it's coming in slowly, because I could have also automated just the volume itself, like go back here to Alchemy or any plugin that you're using and just come here to the volume and then automate it. That's how it comes in like that. But doing it with the opening of the filter, which is the cutoff, is more creative, because now you're just playing around with the frequencies and coming up like that. So there are some undertones of the sound as before it truly kicks into the forefront. So it's right there in the background and you can hear the undertones of it, but you're not really sure because it's also playing in conjunction with the liquid breath flute sound that I have here that's playing the same notes, and then they just blend in smoothly, nicely. It's truly a dope, sneaky way to introduce sounds without having to just throw them in, like just smack dab on the first beat and then it just comes in just abruptly like that, which is a good style. So basically, I improved this track from not liking it to me actually feeling it right now by eliminating, being brutally honest, and making sure that I don't keep unnecessary things in the track that were not supposed to be in the track. So I had to make sure that the groove is on point, which was my original intention of the track, and I took out unnecessary nonsense that was just making the track not sound like I really wanted, it to sound. So this track is no longer unfinished. I can now go ahead and finish this track. It sounds so dope. So trading in these new sounds for the sounds that I deleted is a worthy trade for me. It really changed the track. So I hope you found this video super helpful. If you did, make sure to drop this video a like. And if you're new here, you can also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate to hear from you guys in the comments down below what you think about this process. What is your process to sort out your unfinished tracks, if you have any? But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.